So from our side, we will have 3 judges tonight. First one I would like to introduce is Rogelio Bonifacio, and he's United Nations space guru. So he will be the one who's responsible for judging more the technical side. And then we will have 2 more business-oriented judges. First one is Emilien, who is a colleague of mine, and he is currently working as a project manager for Guatemala project, which I introduced. And the last one, but not least, of course, Mario Merino. He is also a colleague of mine and innovation accelerator. So very excited to see what you guys came up, and good luck.
Thank you very much. So with this, we'd like to start the presentation. So Team Field is the first one. So please join us on stage. Okay, there you go. We're going to have Team Espacio after them, so we can get ready. We can get the coordination a bit faster. So we're going to be sharp on the 3 minutes, so make the most out of it. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay. Is this on? Yes. Perfect. Yes, sorry. 1 person out of 9 will go to bed today hungry. This is a very shocking figure for 2016. In the frame of a United Nations World Food Program, here at Disrupt Space, we, Field, farmer information and evaluation of land, have come up with a project that we hope will help the farmers make the most out of their land and improve the yield and help them fight poverty and hunger. Here it goes. Oh, no. Please hurry. Can we have help to play the video? Sorry. So our plan is actually not to launch any Earth observation satellite because there are already a lot of satellites through, for instance, through the Copernicus program of ESA or through the Earth Explorer program of ESA. So our plan is to use the data that is already existing, and we're not getting the video? I'm really sorry. I apologize. This is always a risk when you want to put a video last minute in a PowerPoint. Yes. Okay, so here it is, Field 1. So, as I was saying, we're planning to be staying here in Bremen and collect all the information from Earth observation satellites. This information relative to weather forecast, soil moisture, mineral composition. We're going to gather all this information and put it into our database. In our database, with our database, we're going to play with a machine learning algorithm to take all the information out of this database and simply put a summary and put all the information into SMS that we will send to the farmers. But this is not our only project, no, that would be too easy. We have a second project. Within 2 years, we plan to expand and actually send somebody on mission from our team in a temporary office, somewhere in Guatemala or in Africa, that will actually bring with them a drone that we are going to develop and that will have several kind of sensors. What do? So we get to the farm with a drone, and we are going to be able to do more thorough analysis. So Earth observation can give you resolution to 20 meters, 10 meters, maybe even to 0.75 meters. But with a drone, you can actually get to less than a centimeter, resolution. So you get more interesting data. This is it.
Hi, you got the gist of what we are going to do. Now we'll look at how are we going to do the business. Actually, our office is based in Bremen, for instance, and we'll be partnering with UN for marketing, say for instance in Guatemala, and we'll be partnering with local telecom operators, and we'll be partnering with satellite operators. 3 of them are important for us, and we are trying to fund through philanthropists and business angels and crowdfunding as well. Next. And these are our partners. We'll be talking with them. And the main information, we are just the mediators who are trying to bridge the gap between the information that is already available and to the farmers, just like what Amazon is doing in the e-shopping or something like that. As this is not the end, the field one is not the end. We have vision for us, and this is what we are doing. And the profit can be through the insurance, the profit can be through the advertisements that we are going to send through the SMS. And we are also into R&D autonomous UAVs because we thought of being self-sufficient rather than relying on other agencies for the information that we wanted to have. So all the vital information will be passed through SMS services, maybe at later stage via app or something like that. Next. And this is what we are here for today. We know that the farmers are the backbone of any nation, and there is a big fracture in this, and we believe that we'll be able to fix this fracture as soon as possible, provided the opportunity. Thank you. Thanks for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you for your presentation. So, time for questions from the judges.
Yeah, we're waiting for questions. Yeah, maybe I can start with, from my side. So is there any market strategy or how you can make it self-sustainable? Do you have any thoughts about it or any ideas?
Pardon me?
The market strategy or how you can make this project self-sustainable?
Actually, as we know, in places where there is food shortage, I think there are some foundations like some organizations like UN and big philanthropists and social activists who are working actively. So we can contact them since this is for a cause. I think they would help us in marketing our strategy. And also to give it to the farmers, we have planned to give the first 2 months subscription as a free service for them. And also we don't charge like subscription fee per month or per year. We charge a profit of a meager amount from them. We just take a meager profit from them. If they don't make a profit, they don't have to pay us. Since we would be using business angels and crowdfunding, we just have to run this company for a cause. We don't need a profit.
Okay, if I can just quickly add something. The idea is also that the drone, we are going to charge this service because this is a real mission. We're going there, and hopefully, if we have enough success with the drones, then we're going to be able to keep the first idea of providing the information to the farmer to a very low cost because we don't want to increase. The idea is still humanitarian to help these people.
Okay, so a question from Hariharan. How will you measure the impact of the system on the target farmers? So will you establish some kind of control group or, so what will be the methodology?
Well, hopefully maybe we can partnership even with the UN World Food Program, maybe because you are already there, so maybe you can tell us firsthand what if people thinking about it and if they think that they are helping, if this is helping them.
Okay, and another question from Rogerio. How will you judge the quality of the information being provided? So is it, if it's meet the literacy or relevance to the farmers' needs?
Yes.
Actually, we have an agriculturalist expert who would be analyzing all the data that we get from the satellite, and he'll be analyzing each and every data to provide the farmers with a solution that they would be using to get higher yields and stop famine, maybe. Did I answer? Or?
I hope so, yeah.
Just a few comments adding to this. We'll also have the machine learning algorithm which will add value to this system. Say we have the mathematical models of the previous historic data, say for instance the weather data. We'll be feeding them, and with the help of the database and the machine learning algorithm, I think it can cross-verify, it can make the system more accurate as possible. And if we can employ, as he said, with an external researchers, we can make the system even more accurate.
So maybe one last question, or?
Okay, so for one of the judges, what exact problem you're addressing and how it's solved today?
Okay, the problem exactly is the lack of information with the farmers. Information is already available, but we are not sure how in remote locations like Africa or Guatemala, for instance, where they don't have the internet for, because providing them with the internet may take some few years, but we are looking for some instant solution, which is SMS, because with an assumption that all the farmers will have a basic mobile phone handset, we can reach them through local language SMS services, and I think we are, as I said, we are just mediators who are trying to bridge the gap between the information available and the farmers, like what the Amazon and eBay is doing. There is a vendor who is manufacturing and.
Thank you. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, guys.
Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, the jury, for providing us this opportunity to present in front of you. I present to you Espacio. It's an end-to-end solution based on a technology. So what we're proposing right now is not just technology in itself, but an end-to-end solution for the business as well. We start off with the problem which was defined to us by the document that was provided by the United Nations. There are two categories of problems that we identified. Getting the right data, converting that data into information to communicate to the farmers itself, the people who are actually going to use that information to their own advantage. There's a 50 to 80% losses due to lack of weather and advisory services that is provided to the farmers. We intend to hit that. We provide to you the solution, which is the Espacio. From the diagram, it seems very simple. So we collect data from the satellites, use that into our data machine, combine it with our own set of algorithms to produce data which is relevant to the farmer. Now the twist where it comes is this is just like an Android software, which is totally customizable. So if you want an analysis on the price or weather, you put in an algorithm which actually calculates or gives out information which is relatable to the weather or the price segment. How do you communicate it to the farmers? It's as simple as a GSM technology. We've been provided information that 89% of the people, of the farmers, have access to mobile phones. That is how we're going to get it to them, through voice and SMS services. An SMS as simple as that you need to harvest your crop in 2 days. You need to harvest your crop in 1 day, and you need to harvest it now. This is an actual prototype from our working software. This is a snapshot of the Bremen city that we got it from our prototype, which is actually working. So it saves us a lot of time on the pilot testing. So 4 to 6 months, depending on the geographical location, we can get this up and running for the United Nations. The value proposition, the most important part of a business idea. There are two sets of stakeholders that we've identified, the United Nations, donations and partners, and the farmers itself. How does it value the United Nations? We save on costs and money and the budget. So the money that you're actually saving in terms of providing that food to those farmers and those people is the actual money that you end up saving. So the money saved is money earned. Farmers, there's a risk reduction, increase in productivity by making them accessible to the real-time information that our software provides. The possibilities for this software are endless. We propose it for the United Nations currently, and we can always extend it to other programs. And the most important thing, in my opinion, is creating the right link. Yes, we have the technology. We've been through this road a lot of time. The United Nations has a lot of technology, a lot of information, but it's important that you get that data into information which can be communicated to the farmers. I propose an idea for private partnerships. As a business professional myself, I believe there are a lot of industries and organizations which can be helpful for us. Google, for once, and Nespresso, who is already working in Guatemala with those farmers, and using the external community as a whole. All in all, let's end hunger together. That's our plan. Thank you. Question and answers.
Thank you very much, Team Espacio. So, time for questions.
One second.
We have the judges remote, so they have a bit of delay with the live stream. Excuse that.
Good that you don't have any questions.
Yeah, no,
job.
they actually do. And the question is, what is the concrete product you're offering? So what is the product, basically?
As we mentioned, that the product itself, first, you have an end-to-end solution when it begins with integrator that integrate different EU data providers from different satellites, and then integrate this into different layers, and then put it in location-based database where it's extract information relevant to the farmer himself using his information.
How do you decide what information is relevant for the farmer?
Yeah, because I have the location of the farmer, right? Stored in my database.
Maybe you can give like one concrete use case, like one concrete example how it works? Because I still like receive this question from
for
judges.
the technology itself or for market side?
Yeah, just one example. So what does the farmer receive and how like this information pass, how the information pass for this, through the system and what the farmer receive?
So because we have a different layers of information, we have we can harness this using open source algorithms that provide information relative to farming, plus whether she's.
Okay, so for example, if you need information on weather, and you get a satellite image from one of the satellites, what you do is you run an algorithm which is already pre-designed for that geographical location according to the weather statistics on the past trend. So that's a huge set of data right there. You combine it, run an algorithm, get the information to the farmer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
So Team Seed, you have 3 minutes. The stage is yours.
I'm a Colombian farmer, and I struggle every year to feed my family. And I need a solution. And till now, I lived with the UN funds and UN help. And it's a real struggle. I need help to grow crops and know how to do it and try to improve my life.
So actually, at Seed, we've developed this kit for you, which is the perfectly designed solution, a combination, if you open your package, of in-situ sensors and data relay, where together with our dedicated app, you'll be able to monitor, you and I, we can monitor daily your field. We can help you understand how to better farm with respect to your environment, and then eventually help you to become profitable.
So our interface is designed to be usable by anyone, anywhere. It's all visual, and it tells you how well your field is doing, what you can do about it, and what you can expect from it in terms of returns, in terms of benefit to your health, in terms of financial expectation as well. But most importantly, it cheers you up when you do a good job. It relieves you from the anxiety of not knowing if you're going to hit tomorrow.
So our cloud-based custom open source solution will ingest data from satellites, meteorological data, local geological surveys, and botanical information to generate a daily event that is sent to the farmers and provides them with the information they need.
So our business model is relying on the exploitation of space data and on workforce, which is local, and also UN and NGO. Our cost structure is mostly driven by IT infrastructure, and our revenue is a 4-step process. So we start with the UN fund. When the thing is ramped up, we move to a local government sponsor. Then we can exploit the data analytics and resell it. And in the last step, when the field becomes really profitable, we can take a little share and reinvest in upgrading the infrastructure by using space-derived hardware.
And our roadmap to doing this is starting in Guatemala with the first case there, a very simplified version of what we just said. Second stage is going global and employing the app much more in detail and having it the way we thought of it. And
the future vision is to use space technology that we use right now for future outsport on Mars that we have no resources. We use that to optimize the culture and the agriculture we have.
In case there was not enough good news, well, we got one more. We assembled the right team to do the job. So we have the profile here. I'll leave that a second for your observation.
So to conclude, at Seed, we helped the farmer to see better. It's a preventive solution. We relieve the UN, the government, and the families.
Thank you very much, Team Seed. We're out of time, and we're strict with that. So thank you for your presentation. Time for questions, but really impressed that you managed to present 5 people during 3 minutes. So.
So the first question, how much use is made of weather forecast data? this is the real benefits for farmers.
Sorry, was the question how much we're going to use weather data?
Yeah, how much use is made of weather forecast data?
We don't have the exact percentage figured out yet, but it's going to be a big part of it because, as we know, one of the problems that you guys stated earlier is that they don't know if there was a big weather event coming close. So alerting and pushing that kind of information is going to be a huge part of the system.
Thank you. And apart from weather forecast, what exact advice or information are you going to provide to farmers?
Yeah, the sensors we want to provide are small sensors that can be put in the ground, so they provide humidity information, temperature, soil content that is sent back to our database so we can match all the data together and in that way provide good information to the farmers.
So how you convert the information you gather to the concrete advice and concrete action?
Well, there is all that is going to happen in a cloud-based solution, which the solver still needs to be developed to some extent. We plan to make it open source, such that everybody can add to it. If people have ideas, they can work on it, and also maybe to have local people work on it who know the specific issues and can add to it.
Okay, thank you. Another question: how you will manage the liability of saying that it will or will not rain, and how you will convey the probability to farmers?
The probability is I think, maybe we can convey that like giving them the actual information. The liability, maybe somebody else can answer on that.
Yes. Okay, nice try. Thank you.
Yeah, need to be faster.